Good afternoon and welcome to another video on All Hail Ale. Tonight I'm having a beer that I've never had from bottle before. Had it on draft, well, cask, never in a bottle. And I was inspired to pick this one up and have one by seeing a video from Graham Rowe on Facebook the other day, where he'd reminisced about his first ever taste of alcohol, and it was Bass. And it is this one, Bass. Shocking that really, given that I told you what it was. It's the Premium Pale Ale, and it was his first ever taste of booze, and I thought, you know, I haven't had one for a while. The pub where my wife works as a chef, they have Bass on constantly, so I have the occasional pint of it, and it always goes down well on a cask. But like I say, never had it in bottle form, so I thought to myself, try it. So I did. It's on sale currently in Asda for £1 a bottle. That's right, one whole Imperial Credit of the Realm for a 500ml bottle of Bass Premium Pale Ale. And it weighs in at 4.4% ABV. And yeah, never had it in bottle, as I've said. So let's try it out. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a while actually. So we're going to pour into the old Guinness glass today, just because we can. And the pour is pale-ish. It's definitely paler than the cask version. Definitely more carbonated than the cask version. But all in all, it looks like a pale ale. That's what it is. Just definitely more carbonated. The head is not as smooth as cask, but then again we expect that to be different. About a finger or so of white-ish, fairly rapidly deteriorating head. As for the aromas, malty, a little bit of hop, a sugary sweetness to it as well. So, does it taste like the cask? Only one way to find out. Let's have a sip. For the most part, it does. The sweet crystal malts are there. The hops are playing second fiddle in this beer, as they always do. But that sweetness comes through. And there's a little bit of citrus and a little bit of melon. In there as well. And it's nice, but it's not quite as smooth on the body and the mouthfeel as the cask version, but let's be honest, I don't expect it to be. Don't know why that can't be achieved in a bottle. Perhaps one day we'll find out. Anyway, the body's about the same. Light to middling. The finish is sweet and relatively extensive, and by that I mean it lingers on the tongue quite well. You get a good sweet malt for quite a while. But is it better or worse than cask? Flavour wise, it's about the same. There are subtle similarities, and same as there are subtle differences, but I think to myself, what a wonderful world. No, I prefer the smoother delivery that cask has. This is perhaps a little bit carbonated for my liking in the bottle, and that, to be fair, can be said for just about all bottled ales that you can get in a cask as well. So yeah, but the flavours are there. Excuse me, that's me dinner deciding to repeat on me a little bit. Anyway, Bass in a bottle. Would I buy you again? Well, for £1, absolutely I would. I think I pay about £3, about £3.50 a pint up at the Stafford Arms, I think. Don't quote me on that, because I'm usually buying 10 tonne of other stuff as well for the wife and whatnot. So I buy that on repeat on a regular basis. So on the bottle, I'd be silly not to. It's light. It's slightly hopped. It's got a sweet crystal malt through the whole profile. If you like that, £1 is an absolute bargain. So yes, I would go and buy it again for £1. I'd probably pay the regular going price for a 500ml bottle of ale in a shop at 180. I'd have no qualms about paying that for it. But at £1 it's a bargain. So yes, I would go and buy it again, and I probably will buy a few more at £1 and just stock up, and just don't let the wife see them. I'll have to get some more covert boxes and hide things away before putting them in the fridge on occasion. So as much as I'd love to have a big old fridge just filling up my utility room, it's not very practical, and I think she'd notice the chest freezer gone. Anyway, I'm waffling. Yes, I would buy Bass again in a bottle. Would I rush out and buy it again for £1? Absolutely. It's definitely not quite as good as the cask version, but it ain't far behind. Like I say, the carbonation kind of doesn't ruin it, but it's the one thing you notice that's very different between this and the cask version. So I would rush out and buy it again, but only just. I would give Bass Premium Pale Ale 4 out of 5. So there we are. It's a decent ale. Bloody good one for £1. That's been the beer. I've been Nick. I'll see you again soon for another video.